Well, all right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to break down an incredibly magical journey, and honestly, it perfectly illustrates this massive idea, the power of intellect over brute strength. Seriously, it's a must-learn concept, especially if you're a new intern or a young professional just stepping into a brand new role. We're going to follow this kid, Chiku. He's brave, he's resourceful, and man, is he clever. Picture this, we're right in the heart of this lush, glowing, totally cartoonish forest. And right in the middle of this beautiful, kind of dangerous jungle, Chiku is standing in front of this massive, ancient stone door. Now this isn't just your everyday door. It's locked tight with a glowing golden padlock, and no ordinary key is going to open this thing. Rumor has it, behind this heavy stone barricade lies the absolute ultimate treasure of the world. Thousands of brave adventurers have come before Chiku looking for this exact prize. But get this. None of them have ever returned. Not one. But Chiku? He doesn't have swords or shields. Nope, his only weapon is his remarkably sharp mind.
So as Chiku gets closer to the door, these magical letters actually start to glow, and this heavy, echoing voice just booms through the trees. The stakes here, they are astronomically high. The voice lays out the ground rules for the trial. Step 1, answer 3 riddles with absolutely perfect accuracy. Step 2, if you pull that off, the ancient door swings open, and that ultimate treasure is all yours. But step 3, this is where the real weight is. If you get even a single answer wrong, you don't just, get sent home packed on a bus. You're turned to stone. Forever. Just another statue trapped in the magical jungle. Talk about an all-or-nothing scenario, right? Quick thinking under immense pressure and absolutely zero room for error.
Okay, to get to that final prize, here's our roadmap for today. First up, the Stone Giant. Second, the Whispering River. Third, the Fire Cave. And finally, the ultimate treasure.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the Stone Giant.
Okay, so literally right as those glowing letters fade away, the ground underneath Chiku's feet just starts violently shaking. I mean, the earth splits wide open, heavy rocks are crashing together, and boom, this massive, utterly terrifying monster made completely out of stone rises up from the dirt, totally blocking the path. The giant glares down at Chiku. It's got these glowing, furious eyes. He unrolls this ancient, dusty scroll, and with a booming voice that literally rattles the leaves on the trees, he demands, "Answer my first riddle." This is definitely not a friendly game of trivia, guys. We're talking about a towering rock monster demanding intellectual perfection right on the spot.
So the giant reads from the scroll, and here's what he hits him with. I am born of fire, but if water falls on me, I die. Who am I? Now, I want you to really think about this logically right alongside Chiku. You've got 10 seconds, tick-tock. What on earth comes from fire but is completely destroyed by water? The pressure here is intense. If he messes this up, he's a permanent lawn ornament in this giant's rock garden. Do you have your guess ready?
Chiku just scratches his head for a second, and then, bam! You can practically see the light bulb go off. He smiles, super confident, and drops his answer. Smoke. And if you think about it, yeah, smoke is born directly from the flames of a fire. But the second you pour water over that fire, the smoke is gone, extinguished, just blending back into the dirt and the air. It's a brilliantly simple deduction. Now, the giant, he is furious that a little boy outsmarted him. He shakes his massive head and with a loud whoosh, just crumbles entirely into a pile of dust. Boom. Path cleared.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Whispering River.
So Chiku walks right past that pile of giant dust, trekking even deeper into the swampy, super dangerous parts of the jungle, until he hits this weird body of flowing blue water. This is the Whispering River, and it's not babbling like a normal brook, okay? The water actually sounds like it's crying, literally whispering these strange voices. Freaky, right? And just as Chiku steps onto a wooden bridge to cross, poof, the bridge vanishes into thin air. The blue water starts swirling and rising up, forming the eerie shape of a water spirit. She has this very fluid, echoing, honestly kind of terrifying tone, and she taunts him. Crossing this swampy river is impossible, she says. Listen to my second riddle. So now she's standing between him and the rest of his journey.
All right, here is her challenge. I always run, but never tire. I have a mouth, but never speak. I have a bed, but never sleep. Who am I? Let's break down the elements here. Running without tiring, having a mouth, having a bed. Meanwhile, this dangerous swamp water is just bubbling right at Chiku's feet. If he fails this, he's getting washed straight into the abyss. Think fast. What has all these human traits, but obviously isn't human at all? Chiku looks down at the swirling blue currents, throws his hands up, and just laughs because he realizes the answer is literally staring him right in the face. It's a river. The very obstacle trying to block him is the answer to the puzzle.
And you got to appreciate the clever logic in the wordplay here. Think about it. A river runs constantly with its current, right? But it never actually gets tired. The point where it flows into the ocean, that's geographically called a river mouth, even though it obviously makes no sound. And the channel where the water sits, that's a riverbed, though it never sleeps. Such a fantastic play on words. So hearing the right answer, the water spirit actually smiles and magically freezes those rushing waters, creating this beautiful, safe crystal path for Chiku to cross.
Which brings us to Section 3, the Fire Cave.
So Chiku races across the frozen river, shouting a quick thank you, but there is zero time to rest here, because now we arrive at the third and honestly the most dangerous obstacle yet. The whole vibe changes. It gets dark, oppressive, and the only light is from these aggressive flames just shooting out of a cavern. Out of those crackling flames darts this mischievous little fire dragon, a fire pixie made entirely of burning coals. And floating right next to it is this glowing golden box. With a super fast, erratic, cackling voice, the pixie taunts him. "You're pretty clever, boy, but my final riddle will blow your mind to pieces. Answer this, and the golden door opens. The treasure is yours."
All right, so the pixie drops the ultimate mind-bending challenge. Listen closely. The older I get, the more people like me. But if I get too old and I'm forgotten, I cease to exist. Who am I? Okay, this is it, the final hurdle. It's abstract, it's philosophical, and honestly, it's incredibly tough. What actually gains value as it ages but relies entirely on human memory to even survive? This is your last chance to guess along with Chiku before that timer hits 0.
Chiku takes a really deep breath, closes his eyes to focus for a second, and finally says, a story. Or, history, or a memory. And this is just profound, right? It hits on how we pass down information. Stories and historical accounts, they become these beloved legends the older they get. We cherish ancient myths, but the huge caveat here is memory. If a story gets so old that society stops telling it, if it's completely unremembered, it just vanishes into the void. It ceases to exist entirely.
Which leads us to our final section, number 4, the ultimate treasure.
The fire pixie is just absolutely stunned. But then the burning creature smiles and with a sharp metallic clink tosses a glowing golden key right onto the ground. Chiku grabs it, sprints back to that massive ancient stone door from the very beginning and slides the key in. You can practically feel the tension. The heavy lock clicks, the great door slowly creaks open to reveal the ultimate prize. But guys, here is the massive twist waiting inside that vault. After all that danger, the giant, the spirit, the fire, there is no room full of gold coins. No diamonds, no silver, no jewels, nothing like that. Instead, resting quietly on a gorgeous wooden table in the center of the room is a single, ancient, glowing book. The Book of Knowledge.
Chiku happily picks up the book, totally understanding the incredible lesson of this whole journey. The core moral here, the greatest treasure in the entire world isn't material wealth, it's knowledge and intellect. And hey, for any new interns or young professionals out there entering the workforce, listen up, because this is your ultimate takeaway. It was Chiku's sharp mind that defeated the giant, outsmarted the river, and unraveled that tricky fire pixie's puzzle. Gold can be spent, it can be stolen, but your wisdom, your critical thinking, your willingness to constantly learn, those are the tools that will permanently empower you to conquer any obstacle in your career and honestly, in life.
It really is a wonderful, timeless lesson wrapped up in a really fun, logical puzzle. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder today. What do you actually consider to be your greatest personal treasure? Is it something physical, or is it a skill, a memory, or maybe a piece of knowledge you've picked up along the way? Think about it. And hey, if you enjoyed dissecting these puzzles and going on this journey today, be sure to like and subscribe to the Info@Talha channel for more magical, brain-teasing explainers just like this one. Keep that mind sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.